want to take some more time, feel free to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, can get started. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dhananjayan Kasi. I'm working as a strategic solutions architect with HCL America. And, I have around 19 years of experience, specifically on the data and the AI, security. I led a lot of, migration projects in cloud and AI-driven data transformation project across the, US, Singapore, and India region. Especially in the banking and financial services. As you know, like banking and financial services has, strict guidelines on security and regulated, environments, especially on the data governance and security governance. So today's session, I'll talk about, I'll move on to the next slide. Are you able to see my second slide?
Yeah. Yes.
So today I'll talk about modernizing the legacy ETL with serverless, cloud native platform or cloud native architecture. So I'm going to walk you through the practical or proven modernization framework that embeds our governance and security from the day one using Microsoft Purview and Microsoft Defender as the foundation. And I'll talk about the legacy ETL challenges, because today the applications or the ETL which are developed a decade back, or which are using traditional ETL tools like Informatica or Data Stage, which are struggling to run with the variety of data pattern or upskill or downskill the platform based on the data volumes. So there are a lot of challenges in the legacy ETL tools. So, and also it becomes costly and monolithic, and it is not providing good agility. That is where organization is looking for modernizing the ETL, which offers scalability, real-time analytics, and cost reduction, because you can dynamically scale and scale down based on the workloads. And it also offers a reduced overhead and enhanced governance and real-time analytics and security. So some of the benefits for organization, other benefits moving to cloud, it's performs the automatic scaling, and it does a pay-per-use pricing model, and also it provides the fault tolerance. So that is helps organization to save the cost, because if there are ETL processes which are running on the month end, for example, high volume jobs are running on the month end, so there are opportunities to automatically scale during first 5 to 6 days of the month, then scale down. So all those features are available. So that is why organizations are trying to move towards serverless platform. So I will focus primarily on how we have done the modernization, and what are the Microsoft specific Purview Defender or security guidelines are implemented. Move on. So any modernization, I mean, this is slightly, I think, the first few slides are out of Microsoft Purview, but I, basically wanted to give the background to talk about what is done through this ETL process and how the, the Defender and Microsoft Purview helped to enable the security. All right. So there are 4 stages in modernization framework. Right? So basically, we first understand what are the the legacy assets, data assets. So we'll do the data discovery and the job discovery, process discovery, and we classify the jobs or ETL processes by complexity, like simple, medium, or high complexity. Then we start with simple, medium, complex. Pick up one of the ETL process in all these categories and do the POC or POV on the proposed the modernization serverless architect, and do the end-to-end testing and ensure it works. Then based on that, we also go with the complete modernization of the jobs. So in the recent modernization, what we have done is we modernized using a Spark and SQL for ETL modernization. Basically, this is Informatica to cloud. So we used Spark primarily for complex ETL transformations, and some of the minimal transformations we use SQL, and low code tools like frameworks. We developed frameworks which help to automate certain process, because we extract the data and do the ETL transformation, store it in Apache Iceberg based lake, data lake. Then from there we further transform the data using Spark, and further move the data into the target data warehouse. So we also done the orchestration using Apache Airflow, which gives the pretty good cloud-based uh, orchestration of scheduling the jobs. So the end-to-end architecture ensures the modernization initiative, and it aligns with the expectation of serverless architecture. So any questions on so far? Yeah. So as I mentioned before, understanding the workflow discovery and classification is very critical, right? Successful modernization begins with workflow assessment, because it also causes, sometimes it causes the failure if you don't perform the proper classification of the jobs or proper data discovery. So that is why it's very important. And we also understand the PAA and PCA data and sensitivity, and what are the technical complexities and operational challenges involved on all the data sets. And we prioritize the workloads based on the criticality of the jobs, and move forward based on the priorities. So we leverage the distributed processing for high volume, because it basically runs with serverless, and it performs very fast on the advanced data analytics, and it also helps, or it supports the multi data pattern, like you can process structured data, unstructured data, things like that. And there are some pipelines which comes from the database. We used structured data sets, so we used SQL pools to do the data transformation. And the business analytics, we created templates, so which maintained, or which helps the customers to develop the reports using the predefined templates, so with minimize the development efforts for end users, or any developer who wants to develop any BA reports. So built-in governance, so basically automated metadata and lineage capture. So here what we have done is we have integrated the Microsoft Purview, right, which provides the unified catalog for business users and also for technical users. So which also helps to understand the data assets, and users can view the end-to-end data lineage from source to stage and stage to work layer and work layer to target. And also they can, I mean, users can look at the how the data is being transformed. So that is when we have leveraged the Microsoft Purview, which you know has a facility for, I mean, future of unified catalog. And it also captures there is an input required for the this catalog, so we need to first capture the metadata and provide the metadata as an input for this catalog. And it helps to create the data lineage, which users can easily view the data, I mean the data flow. And also the ETL transformations are used within the layers of staging, working, or target. And which also helps the regulatory compliance or non-technical users to understand how the ETL process works. So, the event-driven pipeline, as I mentioned before, the jobs, are scheduled through the event-driven architecture. So, which we primarily used Apache Airflow that, has many features to schedule daily, weekly, or hourly, intraday, things like that. And there are, needs to implement the encryption of data due to the sensitivity. So we have also implemented using the voltage and other processes to implement the data encryption and the data masking of PA and PCI data. And this pipeline provides the real-time monitoring for proactive alerting and escalation. And the observability point of view, we created metrics on top of these jobs, which automatically alerts for any failures. It auto generates the alerts, and also it provides the very good view for support engineers to look at how many jobs completed or how many in progress, things like that. Okay. So in this ETL process, I mean, we integrated Microsoft Purview, especially for the data catalog, as I mentioned in previous slide. And also the Microsoft Purview provides the foundation for enterprise-wide data governance. So that is, we started, doing some POC to see how it works, and the outcome was, attractive. So we started uh, expanding it in larger portfolio of data governance, because which this offers the automatic data discovery, and also it enables the timeline, overall timeline of a discovery phase, and which also helps for the classification of data based, I mean, classification of the jobs based on the complexity. And based on the data catalog, we can create the data lineage and linking across the entire data sets. So the sensitivity, yes, it's based on the rules. It classifies the sensitivity like PIA or PCI, and even non-technical users would be able to look at end-to-end lineage visualization from source to end target or till the consumption layer. And there are also features available in Purview, that's policy enforcement kind feature, which helps to ensure the validation rules or implement certain validation rules, and ensure all the rules are satisfied before we start the ingestion or transformation of data. And the data quality rules also, we can integrate in this pipeline. But Purview, provides some level of, some level of support to uh, support the data quality. So there are some data feeds which comes uh, frequently with unstructured and structured data, but we had a requirement to identify uh, any before we load into the ingestion layer, there is a requirement to identify any suspicious access patterns or unusual query behaviors. Unusual query behaviors at the target, we'll go there later. But basically, from source perspective, we look at if any access patterns or suspicious data which we don't want to load into the ETL process. So we have integrated the Defender, Microsoft Defender over there. So which helps to, based on the metadata and the data classification Purview provides, the Defender runs on top of that, which helps to identify any access patterns which provides which has some suspicious classifications, and also if any unusual user query behaviors, and who, if any third party system which is trying to access the data from the target systems. So it generates certain reports, and also it defined those unknown user queries or unknown system trying to access the application. So which provides automatic threat detection, or generate the reports, and also it defend those records request. And it also helps for the anomaly detection, because uh, as part of this process we have integrated AI to generate certain models, because at the end of the the data load, so we certain reports which runs based on the BA rules, and certain reports requires critical logic. So we implemented some of the ML models over there, so which helps, which this model runs on uh, very frequently. So this Defender helps to detect any anomaly which are coming to there, and which based on the Purview, it provides the continuous validations and pipelines uh, adherence, and the security policy also taken care as part of this. So integration with Microsoft Defender, which primarily helped in the data security, data governance, and the data access layers across the source to transformation till target layers. So which basically provide us the assurance of data security and compliance standpoint. Yeah, so we'll talk about the compliance. So once there is audit requirement to ensure the system is protected, and it is compliant with the regulatory requirements. So once we implemented as part of the previous process Purview, then Defender, then then the final stage we have a compliance requirement. So which basically generate reports of any anomalies detection, things like that, and which also provide uh, the audit reports, like audit trails for the data access, and any anomaly comes into the system, or uh, we generate automated reports, and keep those reports or sent to the senior management for their audit response, I mean audit reviews, so that these reports can be used for compliance reporting. So at the end of this modernization, we were able to achieve the SLA improvement from legacy to modernization, around 70 to 80 percentage of the SLA compliance, and the failure rates are reduced drastically. But the error handling, this failure rate is basically is auto healing process. So if most of the failures, we started this implementing, but there is a long way to go. So far we achieved 7%, but our target is to, go more than 50% for, auto healing as part of the auto healing, mechanism. So, and also it provides, as I mentioned before, we have automated compliance reports, so which helps the IT to support the auditors in faster way because all the reports are maintained, and the automated compliance reporting helps the IT to pull those reports and show them the end-to-end the system is compliant with regulatory guidelines. So these are the design patterns for regulatory environment. So multi-layer data architecture. So this is you know as I mentioned, the end-to-end flow. So it starts from the getting the data from the various source systems to the data lake or curator layer, and from there we have ETL transformations runs on through PySpark. Then it's loaded into the next layer, the final data warehouse layer, which is called consumption layer. And from there, we run all the security governance controls, and the BA reports are built on top of that. And Purview also provides certain templates, for users to create the reports. And it provides define and version control in all the governance policies. And with that, we are able to, support any compliance requirements or, develop any future compliance requirements in fast, phase. So with the Microsoft Defender, there is a zero trust data access. So because that is in the system level, we implemented a least privileges access based on the user, logins or user roles. So which provides the continuous verification of who comes into the system, or who is accessing what data, things like that. Also, the reports are generated based on the the data access. Yeah. So some of the key takeaways, like we start for any modernization work, we can start with the modernization, and we can implement Microsoft Purview or Defender and compliance, how that can be implemented, that we gone through in previous slide, but it's just a high level takeaways. Like we first start with the workload classification, then based on that we do the detailed data discovery, then job discovery, job classification. Then based on that we start with the small, then go to the medium and complex, and we leverage Defender for security and monitoring, so that pipelines are scheduled through you can adapt for any scheduling, like event based scheduler, but what we are using is the Apache Airflow. So the end goal is to run these jobs safe, because most of these jobs are running in cloud, and compliant, and which also provides high security, uh, and SLA improvement, operational excellence, and for BAU support perspective, it needs to be more user friendly. Yeah. So this is modernizing legacy ETL system is need of the hour for most of the organization now. So we can talk about how the Microsoft Defender can be integrated. And there is a, every organization is looking at migrating from legacy to modernizing ETL. So because which provides a lot of features or auto scaling features and cloud native features which legacy system is struggling to provide, or there is no such feature. So by following this framework and leveraging Microsoft Purview and Defender, we can achieve audit-ready pipelines and the balanced performance and improved SLA, security, governance, and you know a user-friendly monitoring and operation support and improved audit support, because we already generate the reports on daily basis or monthly basis. So which basically helps to organization run in fast phase or fast phase manner. Um, so because all the informations are readily available or pre-generated. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'm happy to address.
Yeah, please, if you have any questions, kindly unmute and ask. Okay, I think we don't have any questions. If you have, please don't feel shy. Please kindly unmute and ask, or if you can post the questions in the chat windows.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
thank you
you.
everyone. Thanks for the
Thank you.
opportunity. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.